to Valley Homes on TV. You're watching us on Channel 26, where we air on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m., or you can catch us on Sunday or Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And I'm Debbie Giordano, your co-host, along with Todd Flesner of Opus Advisors Mortgage.
Hey, Deb, how you doing?
How are you?
Terrific. We're winding up the summer season here, and looking forward to the fall and all that comes along with that, back to school time.
Right.
So it's good to be here with folks, and want to get a chance to introduce our guest today. We're talking construction.
Nice.
If you own a home and you've been in it for a while, or perhaps you're buying a home and you might be looking at doing some projects or fixing it up, and so I brought along the expert that I know, Bryan Prats of Prats Construction.
Great. Welcome, Bryan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah. Bryan, thanks for coming. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? A lot of folks get to know a little bit about you. Where'd you grow up? What's your background? How'd you get into construction?
Sure. Yeah, well, actually, I was born and raised in the Bay Area. My father's been doing construction just about 30 years, and so I grew up around construction, and he actually immigrated here from Cuba, and his father was a businessman, and so I think it was something inside my dad that just knew that he wanted to start his own business. He'd been working for a commercial contractor for some years and decided to start his own business. So when I was growing up, I was out there in the summers digging ditches and getting to know the ins and outs of construction.
So you literally have worked your way from the ground up in construction.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yep. I've seen the bad parts and the good parts. We've done a lot of it. So that's how I got into it. I didn't actually think I'd be doing this full time. Went to college around here, and through college I got a job with my dad, and he said, "Hey, let's see where it goes." And so now I'm out there running the company and enjoying what we do in construction. So
great. Well, Bryan, let me ask you, what kind of special licenses or certifications do you need for the work that you're doing?
Sure. So we hold a Class B general construction license, and that's what we need to do what we do.
Okay, so as a general contractor, what does that really mean for folks who may not be as familiar with the construction industry? What sort of role do you take on in the construction project?
Yeah, so we bring everyone to the table that is needed to get a project up and going and see it all the way through to the end, and we manage that from start to finish. We also carry most of the trades. We're a little bit unique in that way, where we carry a lot of trades in-house, so we can control everything from timelines to budgets a little more closely, and are able to move guys around fluidly. So that's how we make projects happen. And
Okay. Well, that kind of describes a little bit about the construction industry in general. What do you specialize in? Do you have a specialty, or?
Yes, we specialize in custom remodels, and we also do some commercial. So we do light commercial. About 40% of our business is commercial, but 60% is residential. That's where we really find our sweet spot. So we do, we'll come in and help someone who just knows they want something different in their house, but don't quite know what that is, or maybe think they know what it is. But we can come in and help kind of focus in what their best what the best thing is for their needs, whether that's an addition, or maybe we can work within the
confines of the home.
The confines of the home, and actually just kind of work with what they have and get them exactly what they're looking for.
Take a wall out, or do some redesigning from the inside.
Yeah, we can find more space that before was just kind of wasted. So.
Right. Good.
Terrific. And so do you have like a limit or a minimum sort of project that you'll look at doing? A bathroom or a kitchen too small as opposed to a whole house, or?
Yeah. No, we go in and we do, we'll do anything from a bathroom remodel. Sometimes we even come in for people and start with something where it's just a quick fix, because they bought a new home and it has something that just needs to be taken care of right now, but down the line they'll have more work. So we'll come in, help them evaluate their home, and then do those small fixes all the way up to maybe it's time to tear down and rebuild new.
So what would be then the most common remodeling projects that would you do, and how does that impact values? Like I said, many folks here are homeowners and they're watching the show. Where do you get the most value for the dollar that's spent? instead of
Absolutely,
home
yeah, it's a
remodeling?
good question. So in this area, big are kitchens and master bathrooms. You can see a great return in those couple areas. They're bigger ticket items, but the return in general is very high on those few items, and those can greatly impact your home, even just for as you're living there. So some people in this area find themselves in a place where I don't know that I want to move, so maybe I'll just stay in this house, and we can help them build it not only for now, but then when they go to sell it, it'll be in a place where it's
Agree.
making money.
Yeah, good. Well, let's say someone's considering a project in their home and they're thinking about getting in contact with a general contractor. What are some of the questions that they ought to be thinking about, and should they be asking if they're considering a construction project?
Yeah, really, my concern for most people is that they understand the process, and so we want to come alongside them and walk them through what that process would look like, in helping them find a budget, in helping them bringing the right people to the project. So if they're out there looking for a contractor, number one, find somebody who's licensed and insured, and not only is the company licensed and insured, but making sure that all of their employees are covered under that insurance, and that any subcontractor that's coming onto the project is also licensed, insured, and all of those guys that they have working for them are insured. And that's something to just look out for, because I come into a fair amount of situations through the year, every year, that someone has found themselves in a place where something unfortunate happened on the project, or they weren't able to finish because they didn't take those necessary steps to verify everyone. So
Yeah, good. That was going to be kind of my follow-up question. Maybe. Why is that important? Because folks might want to cut corners and maybe think they can save a little bit of cost by having someone that's unlicensed. Or why is it important to use someone who's got those credentials?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, all of the liability will, unfortunately, a lot of it will go back onto them. So the general contractor, if I hired someone who was not licensed, even though I'm licensed, it would come back to me. But if some of the damages exceeded my insurance, it'll come back to the homeowner. So you want to protect yourself as the homeowner as much as you can, and that's in making sure that everyone that's on the project is fully licensed and fully insured, so that God forbid anything happen out there, that you're covered as a homeowner.
Well, those are good points to keep under consideration, both looking at the project, the value that you get, maybe return on investment, and then how to pick a contractor. What has been your most rewarding project?
The most rewarding thing is actually working with people just like you and me, who have been working hard their whole life. They have a house. That's where they live every day, and now they've finally saved enough money to do that project that they've dreamed about for years. And so we recently did one for someone who worked in the grocery business, not just stocking every day for the past 20 years, and saved money, and their spouse works as a postal worker, walking the streets every day, delivering our mail that we all see, and they have 4 kids at home. They manage their schedule very tightly, and now we're able to remodel their house. They got their full kitchen remodeled, a bathroom that functions for them, and just kind of cleaned up the rest of the house. So seeing people like that get what they've really worked hard for is the joy of what we do. Yeah.
Good. Well, we talked a little bit earlier about insurance and those sort of things. Another important part of construction really is the permitting process, which can impact your ability to resell a property if it's not permitted. But talk about specifically here in Milpitas, the permitting process, and how does that work?
Sure. In Milpitas is quite like a lot of other cities, depending on the scope of work. It'll take a shorter amount of time to get a permit or a longer amount of time, but there's a process that every city, including Milpitas, has, where we need to have the correct drawings to show them what we're going to be doing, and that everything is going to be safe for your home and energy efficient. That's a big thing nowadays. So the city wants to look out for you, and so we just want to go through that process and make sure that it's as smooth as possible. It's something we take care of for you.
Going back to the point you made about that couple that saved their money for 20 years to get that remodeling project, how does somebody deal with the budget? Do you bid that out and then let them know so that they can either save for that or go see Todd and do a refinance or something and get a home mortgage, home equity line of credit? How does the budget work into how they're going to manage the project?
So there's a couple different ways we go about it. One is you come up with a dream list and we price everything out. Then you look at it and pick and choose.
Okay.
And pick and choose what you get to do, or you know what your budget is going into it, how much money you want to spend, how much.
And then work backwards from
and
that.
then figure out. And we take that same list, the dream list that you had, and try to either figure out which projects to do and not to do right now. Potentially phase them out. So we do some projects where we remodel the master bathroom this year and the other 2 bathrooms next year, so save up. Or we work on value engineering, figuring out what products, what finishes we use, so that maybe we can get your whole list done, just not maybe with the same products you were first envisioning. But there's so many products out there today that are available to us. We can help work within your budget to get as much done as possible.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Terrific. Well, let's talk a little bit about kind of your future and your aspirations. So you have a family business. What do you hope to accomplish in your business?
Yeah, so I think it's been wonderful seeing how my father's longevity with the company, almost 30 years, has been here, and I've been with him just about 14 years. So I would love to see it go another 30 years and hit that 60-year mark. I know there's some other companies in the area that have done it, and it's wonderful to see. And so I'd love to be a part of that, but just continually doing what we've done well for years is take care of our clientele, because we're all about referrals. We don't go out there advertising a lot. It's all word of mouth, and because it's been so successful, that's how we plan on continuing the business. So.
Well, that's great. Well, listen, we do appreciate so much you coming, spending some time with us this afternoon on the show. If folks want to get in contact with you, could you please supply either a phone number, email, or website, whatever they want to?
Sure. Yeah, you can go to pratsco.com, pratsco.com, or give us a call at our office at 408-371-7080.
Great. We'll wish you continued success.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Bryan. Appreciate you being our guest today and sharing a little insight with folks about the construction industry and how they might consider using a general contractor with their home.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.